Let me bring in conservative radio host Tammy Bruce along with Newsday columnist Ellis. Henican, to you both. I can only imagine what these leaders, and I'm specifically talking about Angela Merkel of Germany and Alexis Tsipras of Greece, say when Obama gets there, right, Ellis? And behind closed doors is, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to, I guess, maneuver?
Well, I think the sentence may begin, what the hell just you start in that tone. I mean, listen, wherever you think we're going, whether it's the right direction or the wrong, there is clearly among our allies around the world tremendous trepidation. I mean, they don't know any more than we know. What is Donald Trump really going to do? We have the rhetoric from the campaign. We've already had a bunch of backpedaling on some big high-profile promises. But you know what? Where is this going? I don't think Barack Obama knows any more than we know.
Tammy, President-elect Donald Trump has said a bunch of things on the campaign trail. He said he wants to trash parts of NATO. I don't want to say all of it because he kind of walked back, getting rid entirely of our relationship with NATO. But there are a bunch of other foreign policy issues, among them how to handle the migrants coming out of Syria. He wants to shut that down if migrants are coming from questionable countries that aren't vetting properly. But we vet here in the U.S. What do you think that President Obama has to say at this press conference about what he's going to say to these world leaders?
Look, I think there's going to be even more confusion in a way because, look, Europe is not surprised, I think, with the Trump ascendancy. They dealt with Brexit. Angela Merkel herself is dealing with the migrant crisis. We know Greece and its economic crisis. So Mr. Trump represents a global shift, certainly a European Western world shift. So nobody's going to be surprised. They've seen this coming. They see the dissension in their own population. And even in France, you've got Marine Le Pen moving forward. This is a Western world movement, if not also an Asian one to some degree. So I think people realize that Donald Trump already, we're looking at a team that is going to be maybe a team of opposites in a way. We're going to find a middle ground, but we're also going to take care of America. And when America is stronger and great, the entire world benefits. You're seeing that now with the stock market. You're going to see a lifting, I think, in general. Mr. Obama is not going to have much to say, but I think when Mr. Trump becomes President Trump, the world is going to be better off, and I think people are going to be excited.
Okay, we are at a lifetime high for the Russell 2012. 95.80 is the number to watch as we wait for President Obama to come before the cameras of Ellis. There are a bunch of other issues I'm sure he will be asked about, among them some of the appointments that he's already made. Reince Priebus of the Republican National Committee has been given the chief of staff position. That's probably being welcomed in a decent way, certainly, because he is slightly more establishment. He stood by Donald Trump when others did not.
Well, it's awfully establishment, given what the comments in the campaign were. I mean, Steve Bannon is the one I think that both the president and so many others are focused on, including many of my Republican friends. You know, putting the head of Breitbart News as the chief strategist of the new president of the United States. I mean, it raises an awful lot of questions. Certainly makes some people nervous in our country.
Tammy,
how much power does he have?
Is it possible that Donald Trump so understands that, and he feels that he perhaps wants to give Steve Bannon a title, certainly because he stuck by and came into the whole campaign just as it was slightly imploding? I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's chief strategist. I mean, what does that really mean?
It means Valerie Jarrett. It means it's a position that is very influential. It's somebody who, of course, is a confidant of the president, who is going to be able to be heard and have influence and direct some of the decision-making. But what I like about what President-elect Trump has done, Reince Priebus is important. You need people with direct experience in policy and in government. We saw that when he chose Mike Pence, that he was serious about getting legislation through. Mike Pence is virtually beloved in Congress. So let's remember the nature of what can happen. This can be whatever President-elect Trump wants it to be. He needs people he can trust, but he also is intending on getting things done. And the choice of those two men is a perfect illustration of that. Kellyanne Conway is going to be a tremendous influence, as will other people he's used during the campaign.
Yeah, but I think we don't know the fundamental question, which is what is the policy going to be, right? Or which of these things is he sticking to? Which is he leaning right? Which is he going conventional? I just don't think we know that 6 days in.
If people were nervous, the markets would be nervous. The markets right now are not nervous, although I would caution about the bond market. We are